finally back again after so long. I'll be honest, guys. Mental health is fucked up. Like there is no tomorrow. Okay, that's a lot of things are happening. I haven't really been using my laptop. I haven't really been doing much of anything. To be honest, I've not been doing all that great. But, you know, I feel like I should mention this now. December's been okay so far, 4 days into it, not doing too bad. This is actually my birth week, so that's exciting. Don't really know what to ask for Christmas, and to be honest, I'm gonna be 24 this Friday, and I don't know how to feel, but, you know, if you guys want to do something nice, either just for the Christmas season, or, hey, I don't know, I guess consider this as like a birthday gift, please consider donating to Thankmas. I know that Jacksepticeye is going to have like 2 live shows happening. A lot of charity streams are happening on the day of my birthday, and I will try to stream, but I don't think, me personally, I don't think I'm gonna be able to raise much money. So, the only thing I ask of you guys, please go and donate. I put the link in the chat, probably put the link in the description too, and like pin that comment. So please, guys, go donate. They are going to be supporting mental health institutions, and honestly, considering how bad my mental health has been, honestly, in the past year or so, it's so nice to have somebody on a big platform really show how much emphasis that we really want. I can't say words. I'm also really distracted by this music. Because I'm like, oh, this is nice, this is fun, I love that. Happy Christmas to you all. But also, guys, please, raising any sort of mental health awareness is really...
Spark your next big video idea with Motion Array's
So
AI
I am extremely grateful for Jackson putting as much of an emphasis on, you know, this. So, oh, yeah, if I'm being completely... Oh my god. That was sounds that I was not expecting. Woo! Anyway. As much as I'd love to ramble, let's be honest here, y'all don't pay attention to it anyway. So, we'll put this on a nice little thing. So, me being me in my sort of mental health scrolls, you know, semi-doom scrolling, but not really, I found something online that I thought was rather interesting. Someone made a little sort of dating sim for the TV show Agatha All Along about all these witches. Now, if you did not watch Agatha All Along, how dare you? It is one of the gayest Marvel things I've ever watched, and I loved every moment of it. Um, Catherine Hahn and Aubrey Plaza. God damn, the women that you are. Patty fucking Patty LuPone, the woman that you are. And then we also have like it was crazy. It was so gay, and I love how witchy it was. It was great. It was just great. I loved it. I hope you guys watch it. Give it a chance. One of the lower budget shows for Marvel, but goddamn, was it done so well that you need to just keep rewatching it over and over for the sake of, hey, there's some new connections that you can find as you keep watching it. I'm gonna put some music on in the background because I need something. I'm gonna do this neon lights thing. Thank you. YouTube audio library. So, Agatha All Along, the last episode showed up on aired on words English. I can talk. Aired on Halloween. Obviously, a lot of big things are happening. I loved Wicked. I loved seeing Wicked. I saw it twice already, and I want to go back to watch it again. Again, so good. But In the wake of the... Oh, I'm gonna put that down, because that is loud to me. Yeah. In the wake of how popular Agatha All Along was, and how much that resonated with people, someone made an Agatha All Along dating sim. Now, I wasn't sure what to expect. The only way you can access it is to type in this. Okay. Was to type in. Okay. I'm also gonna send you guys the link to this. So if you want to play it yourself, type that in. It is on itch.io. You get on there, you click go game, and I'm gonna show you what this looks like. So you can play it in the browser or on mobile. So it is a generally like, let's read and let's try to figure it out. The general thing is, and I will exit out of here if I can. Okay, yeah. You're Agatha's ex-apprentice, and you're going to journey down the witch's road with the possibility of romance. You can romance just about everyone in this game. Now, I do wonder, can we be a throuple with Rio and Agatha? I would love that to be a thing. I don't know, but I do know in that little comment section on that TikTok showing this up, you can romance Rio. So Aubrey Plaza, we can try. We can try. We'll see how well this goes. I do want to see how many routes there are for this. I will continue to do this audio library. I do not care. So, I don't know, who do I want to go for first? I think I kind of want to romance Rio first, but at the same time, Hattie Lapone, Lilia, my divination's witch, queen of my heart. But also, we got Jennifer Kale. I want to know more about her story. I want to see what happens if we try to romance her. Will it backfire? But then we also got Alice, who also has such an interesting story. Our potions witch. What could happen here? And because of the fact that it's like, oh, we're not really going gender specific, could I also possibly romance Billy? But Teen/Billy is in a committed relationship and I don't want to be a homewrecker. But I could try. No. I do kind of want to be as gay as fucking possible here because why not? How many things are in here? That's not what I wanted to do. Fuck me. Well, I guess we're here now. I can just move myself over here. Yep. Do you guys like the background music? I kind of don't want the background music, you know? Oh. Alright. I don't know. I don't know. For now, let's read chapter 1 of Maiden Mother Crone. I think that's the name of this, because I don't think there is an actual official name for this. And it looks like we're just going to be reading. So I have save slots. I don't know how many things are in here. Hi, Aubrey Plaza. okay. I don't know. There's a lot of different routes here we can go, and I have to decide which one I want. I'm getting rid of the music now. I don't want the music anymore. Weirdly distracting. And again, guys, as was a birthday gift, well, birth week gift to me, please go donate to Thank Miss. I don't know. I feel like that would be a great use of time for me. God, I'm gonna be 24 and I'm not excited about that at all. I'm having birthday depression. Or just depression in general. I don't know. But let's read. Chapter 1. Fate had twisted a way of Fate had a twisted way of bringing you back to Agatha Harkness. Leaning against a broken washing machine, your gaze burned into the back of the witch killer's head. You couldn't believe it. After the lengths you had gone to avoid her, Agatha still managed to rope you back into her lowly schemes. Okay. This is never gonna work, you grumble quietly, earning a small, irritated groan from the other witch. Well, not with that attitude, it won't. I'm not gonna be trying to do these voices. Genuinely, I'm gonna be really bad. Huh. I'm also gonna drink some water. Hydration Nation. Let me just get my water bottle off to the side here. It's from Gongcha. It's one of the little gingerbread men teas. I just, well, after finishing it, cleaned it out, and now he's my little water bottle here. I love him. He's cute. He has a little hat and scarf. Anyway, drink a little bit, and we continue on. She's too busy combing her fingers through her curls to even notice the doubt lingering in your expression. You sigh quietly before responding. Okay, okay. Okay, which thing should we go? These are hardly witches. You've got one that's bound, Jennifer, a delirious divination witch, Lilia, and don't even get me started on your green witch. Oh, Mrs. Hart, whose name is actually Sharon Davis. I love that they kept that joke. Genuinely, I love the fact that you had to know a little bit about WandaVision going into Agatha all along, but like it's still its own entirely different thing. Little Easter eggs like that. Oh, I love it. Or, well, I hope they're as gullible as you think they are. I feel like I would say the first one. I'm gonna go with the first one. I will probably go back, start of this, and redo everything. Hmm. These are hardly witches, you scoff quietly, before circling over to Agatha. You've one that you've one that's bound, a delirious divination witch. And don't even get me started on your green witch. Your comment makes your comment earns a small narrowed glance from Agatha. He takes a step towards you, silent challenge to see if you'd cower away. Excuse me, that's Mrs. Hart you're talking about. Agatha scoffs, poking your sternum with her finger. Ooh, I felt that. Normally, you could feel an ounce of power through merely her touch. But you knew better than to expect that now, not when she's vulnerable. It's Mrs. Davis. Her name is Mrs. Davis. Why is that so hard for you to grasp? Yeah, honestly, I'm not gonna back down, especially now that she has no power, which is the whole point of Agatha all along. You've got no power over me. You do not scare me anymore. I will say whatever it is I like to please, but also I worship the ground you walk on, Catherine Hahn. Anyway, Mrs. Davis. What? Agatha asks, confusion scrunching her face. This is just like, this really is just not even a visual novel. This is just novel. This is like if I'm reading a fan fiction, but I got to choose the actions of, YN, aka main character. I read so much fan fiction now. It's bad. I read a lot of like ex readers just because I'm bored, and let's be honest, dating apps are not doing it for me because of most people I meet. Nobody knows how to make conversations anymore, and it's boring me. I don't know. If you guys feel the same way, I'd love to hear some like dating app horror stories or just stories in general. But overall, I personally I don't think I have exciting stories for like the few times I've been on dating apps, and I don't know. I kind of gave up rather quickly just because nothing's keeping me there. So I'm like, I don't know. But, like, I find more exciting things to talk about when it comes to reading fan fiction versus be with another person. I don't know. I feel like I should be giving people more chances, but eh, I, then again, it is mostly men on dating apps, and let's be honest, I'm, I think I'm too spicy. I'm too spicy for these men that I keep somehow matching with. Oh well, I try.
Her name is Mrs. Davis, you emphasize. Why is that so hard for you to grasp? Rolling her eyes, Agatha brushes off your comment as she wraps her arm around your shoulders. Whatever. Her name isn't important. What's important is that we got our Green Witch, Agatha states, confidence radiating through her body. Do you think we can actually romance Agatha in this? Because I do know that there is a fanfiction on Wattpad about that, and I started reading it and then I got bored, like real quickly. I think mostly because of the fact that I ship Agatha and Rio more, that I wouldn't want to get in between that. But if we could be a throuple, I'm all in. I'm all in. The same thing goes with like Wicked. If Elphaba and Glinda and Fiero could just be a throuple and they could find a way to like dismantle the power of the wizard within the system, I feel like that would have been easier. But that's a me thing. That's a me thing. You raise a brow for a moment, questioning her words. She wasn't the Green Witch on the list, though. Stay quiet. It's like trying to argue with a brick wall. Hmm. See, if I go with the first one, I'm gonna go with the first one. I'm gonna be sassy whether she likes me or not. So, she wasn't the Green. Bleh, I can't read. She wasn't the Green Witch on the list, though, you point out, causing Agatha's grip to tighten upon your shoulder. Oh no, I think we've made her angry. It's fine, it's fine. She remains silent for a moment, a knowing glint hidden within her sapphire eyes. I love how well written this is so far. And we've barely even gotten on the road. We haven't even gotten to summoning. We're just talking. I'm already into this. She tugs you closer, causing you to nearly stumble into her. Oh dear. I did not know forced proximity was going to be a thing. Okay. Uh, you and I both know she was better than who was suggested, Agatha whispers, keeping her voice low, despite the fact that the others were upstairs. Oh, so Blee went downstairs before everyone else. Why are you so scared to see her again? You ask curiously. That's honestly the thing I would do. I'm like, why? What is wrong with seeing her again? Why do you not want to see her again? Agatha freezes for a moment, caught off guard by your question. You begin to see the cracks within her confident mask, revealing what almost seemed like fear. Oh. Quickly recovering, Agatha scoffs at her comment, beginning to usher you towards the stairs. Me? Scared? Give me a break. As much as I'd love to entertain this conversation, I've got some preparing to do. Be a doll and help Teen decorate, would you? Oh, okay. You remain silent, briefly studying Agatha's behavior. It's clear she doesn't want to talk about this subject. Sighing softly, your gaze flickers up to the old wooden stairs. I have no choice but to head upstairs. Okay, I like this. It is a choose your own adventure within Agatha all along. I may save this for myself. I do really like how this is going so far. Anyway, okay. The wooden stairs creak with every step you take. It was clear that time hadn't been too kind to them. The wood splintering at the edges from years without care. Then again, Agatha didn't seem like the type to care about home upkeep. Upon reaching a door, you twist it open. Light pours onto you, bringing a fresh contrast to the darkness of the basement. You notice Teen in the living room, surrounded by a new set of faces. A few you recognize from earlier. Lilia from the fortune shop. Lapone. Mrs. Davis, still in her gardening wear. And of course, how could you forget the one already glaring at you? Jennifer Kale. Oh no, she's gonna be a tough nut to crack if we want to romance her. It's fine. The two of you weren't on the best terms, especially when you were Agatha's apprentice. The one you failed to remember was fiery one in the corner, who you assumed was Alice. I want to approach Teen. There's no doubt he needs some help managing them all. Jennifer already hates us. Lilia, there's nothing there. Alice is nothing there. Mrs. Davis. Is it possible to actually romance Mrs. Davis in this before? Oh. Now, I'm gonna approach Teen, because if I was in the scenario, I'm gonna help Teen. I kind of don't want to interact with the other witches just yet, because I don't know what our relationship is like already. And I imagine it's already tense, especially the Agatha of it all. I'm gonna go Teen. I think Teen. Teen is the best. This is what I would do. This is me. If you want to do something else, again, link is in the chat. Y'all can try it yourself. You decide to approach Teen, figuring he could use some help managing the lot of witches. As you take a step closer, Teen's head lifts up from the snacks he was rearranging before, smiling brightly. Hey, he greets before holding out the snack tray. Does this look okay? You peer down at the snack tray, noticing the snacks are rearranged to look like a pentagram. Oh, he's trying so hard. I think it looks great, Teen. It looks great, Teen. You reply gently, not wanting to hurt the poor boy's feelings. He perks up, a wide grin spreading across his face as he sets down the tray. Oh, thank God. I was getting worried I was doing too much, he sighs in relief, before sitting down upon the couch. Believe me, you're putting more thought into this than Agatha ever would, you state, taking a small piece of cheese from the snack tray. How did you become Agatha's apprentice in the first place? Teen asks, curiosity flooding his gaze. Oh no. Oh dear. Oh dear, I'm worried now. Oh no. This is probably not gonna end well. Okay, it's fine. You freeze for a second, swallowing down your cheese harshly. Well, now I want some cheese, and I just ate pizza before this too. I realize I don't do much exciting things most days, and it's fine. I'm just sad. It's fine. We're- I literally just ate, and I'm not hungry anymore, but now I want cheese. It's not fun. Why is it that every time I see something about like reading food in anything, I immediately now want the food, even if I don't know, even if I know I don't actually like it? Like, imagine I'm reading something about cheeseburger with pickles. Now, normally when I have a cheeseburger, I don't really like pickles. I don't like pickles in general. But if you describe to me the most scrumptious cheeseburger that has ever existed in the world, and it just so happens to have pickles, I'm gonna want to eat it. There's no reason for me to want this. I don't know. I don't know what the brain is doing. It's fine. I feel like anytime I do these streams, I should just have snacks nearby, but I'm also like, I'm in my bedroom. It's freezing cold because for some reason the heater does not work in this one specific room in this goddamn house. So I'm going to be an icicle. I shall be Mr. What? What was it? Not heat miser. Snow miser. I'm gonna be Mr. Snow miser up in my room. I already have penguins on my robe and my pajamas. Might as well just be a penguin. Let me dance. Let me dress up as a polar bear. Get a bottle of Coke and drink it with the Christmas Santa. I don't know. Just hey, words. Why do I do this? Anyway. Long story, you say dryly. I have time, Team insists. You hesitate for a moment, attempting to come up with a better excuse. After all, you hardly knew this kid. Why should you pour out your life story for him? Before you could think of a lie, Agatha's voice echoes up the stairs like a plague. What do you think we've time for all this chit-chat? We've got a door to open, she calls, earning a small groan from you. Another time? Teen asked. his expression hopeful. Another time. Another time, you agree quietly, causing a wave of excitement to flood over Teen. I don't want to hurt this kid. I just want what's best for him. I I'm gonna be he's a sweetheart. I can't be mad. You watch as he begins to gather the witches around, leaving you no choice but to descend into the basement once more. Let's go down, down, down the road. Anyway, the wooden floorboards creak beneath you as you descend down the staircase. The witches follow suit, each spotting Agatha in the center of the basement. There's no doubt that she was confident about the entire situation, but part of you couldn't help but feel weary on if it would work. After all, would these witches really have powers strong enough to defeat the Salem Seven? Taking off the thought, you guide the witches to their spots before returning to Agatha's side. So, who's going high? Jennifer asked, turning a small, wide eyed glance from Mrs. Davis. Nope, sorry, I don't do drugs. It takes everything in you to not laugh as you speak up. I'll take high. I'm not an alto, man. I'm a mezzo soprano at best, and an alto at worst. I'll do mezzo soprano. I'll take it. You call out, earning a small huff from Lilia. Your eyes widen as her gaze pierces upon you. I only sing high. Whatever you want, Patty LaPone, it's fine. She scoffs quietly. Then you can sing high together. Agatha, Agatha insists, her tone irritated as she shoves her towards Lilia. You stumble slightly, causing Lilia to grab onto your arm to keep you from falling. Pulling you beside her, you attempt to cool the heat rushing to your cheeks as Agatha looks around the circle. Everyone ready? She asks, raising a brow. Let's begin the ballad. It's go. I am nervous and scared of what's come. Taking a deep breath, you begin the ballad on Agatha's command. It had been a while since you had sang it. Memories flooded back to you of countless times throughout the centuries where you were beside Agatha, luring poor witches to their doom. Some things never changed. As the song ends, the witches look up at Agatha in disappointment. You wince briefly, knowing what's to come. A little note for you all. It did not take this long last time. Did I get that right? I hope that. Agatha scoffs, earning the glares of the other witches. Well, if Lilia wasn't so pitchy. Ooh! Jennifer huffs, earning a sharp gasp from the older witch. I beg your pardon, Lilia shoots back, causing Agatha to smirk. It was working, just as you knew she suspected. I'm sorry, Lilia was not pitchy. Lilia was not pitchy, you insist, gaining the attention of Jennifer. See? I will do anything for you, Patty LaPone, Lilia says, pointing a finger at Jennifer. Yeah, and she'd probably say you should have won a Tony too, right? Yes, 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 yes! I don't care if that's a joke. She should have won a Tony. I'm just, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. We love Patty LaPone in this house. Jennifer scoffed, crossing her arms. I'll show you a Tony, Lilia huffs before taking a step towards the other witch. You quickly stand between the two as Agatha begins to direct the attention onto herself, beckoning the witches to grow angrier. Part of you pitied them, knowing that their lives wouldn't last much longer. Wait, this is what she wants. She wants us to use our powers so that she can steal them, Lilia points out, causing you to break free from your thoughts. Oh my god. See, why on earth would you say how you steal power? Like if you watch the show, right? This episode, when we're gathering the coven, Agatha tells Lilia how she steals powers. Then, because, divinations, which you see the future. Lilia is part of the coven, so she has to come, right? Why on earth would you give her actual detail about how you steal the power and then expect her to still go along with the con when you try to do it? I'm just saying. Like this was just probably like something that was just lost on Agatha at the time where it's just like I just need them to come and then we can continue with the con anyway, but yet you're telling them how you do it. So the con doesn't really work. I don't know. I'm confusion, but let's keep going. Your eyes widen as a series of crashes could be heard upstairs. Glaring harshly at Lilia, Agatha stomps her foot like a child. I don't have time for this! Just blast me, you bitches! She yells. Jennifer's voice catches you by surprise as your eyes quickly dart to the place she had been pointing at. Beneath you all stood a door. Beneath you all stood a door glowing a soft shade of blue. Slowly, you lifted your head to meet Agatha's gaze. That wasn't right. It couldn't be. Before you could open your mouth, Teen barrels down the stairs, nearly in tears, as sounds of hissing could be heard behind him. Is this the door? Because if it is, we really gotta go, he insists, tugging open the doors. You take a deep breath, as the other witches quickly follow suit. Making one last glance at Agatha, the two of you trailed down the stairs, shutting the door behind you. Okay, this is the end of chapter 1. How do I go? So we save. This is turn 13. Okay. How do I go to the next chapter? Huh? That's not what I wanted to do. Okay, I've gotten to the end of chapter 1. Okay, it's not what I wanted to do. How do I get out of this then? What is the next thing I do? I saved it. Okay. Is there more? There's gotta be more to this. I don't know how to get to chapter 2. In browser. I got that. This just gets you to go that way. That goes to the Tumblr. Updates? Oh, there's only chapter 1? I thought there was more. Yeah, 11/30, 2024. It was only finished last. Chapter 1 was only done last Saturday. Cool. What is the momentum word? Under construction. Okay, so I guess we can go from the beginning. I honestly thought there would be more. This is it. It's just chapter 1, setting everything up. I'm still going for Lilia, though. Okay. Not gonna lie, slightly disappointed, but excited to see where this goes. Although, okay, I can click on things, I swear. Yeah, Maiden Mother Crone update is on its way. This week has been insane. To school, work, and then trying to film a short film. Okay, interesting. Well, thank you for first off setting it off. I did thoroughly enjoy this. Not gonna lie, did not have much else planned. Okay, now that we've gotten to essentially the end of chapter 1, feel like it. Okay, I'm gonna go back. Let's go from the beginning. Right, chapter one. Let's make some different choices. All right, so we are going with I hope they're as gullible as you think they are. You let out a small sigh as you push yourself off the washing machine. Well, I hope they're as gullible as you think they are. Turning upon her heel to face you, the corner of Agatha's lips curve into a somewhat Cheshire grin. Of course they are. I've been at this game for a long time, hun. Now let me do what I do best while you go help Teen decorate, or whatever it is he's doing. Capiche? Agatha asked. Her arm snakes around your shoulders, a touch too familiar for your liking, before ushering you towards the stairs. Okay. Alright, so let's approach Jennifer. You decide to approach Jennifer first. After all, she couldn't possibly still be holding a grudge against you, right? Don't, Jennifer warns, holding her hand up. You stop in her or tracks as her gaze narrows at you. The last thing I need is to engage in small talk with Agatha's pet, she scoffs. I'm not her pet, you insist quietly. Your fists clench as Jennifer raises a brow. It seems as if she's attempting to read your body language, hoping to catch you in a lie. After a moment, she lowers her hand, taking a small step towards you. Huh, I didn't think you had it in you. Yet here you are, back in her web. Jennifer hums, studying you harshly. I could say the same for you, you reply back, your words speaking faster than your thoughts. Jennifer's eyes widen for a moment, taken back by your comment. Stand my ground. Fuck that. No. She's going to respect me. I don't care. Your eyes linger upon Jennifer for a moment before narrowing. She knew better than anyone that joining a coven led by Agatha Harkness was a death wish. And yet, here she stood. Fair enough. Jennifer sighs, crossing her arms. She pauses for a moment, her gaze intense before taking a step forward. But don't think for a second I forgot what you and Agatha did, she whispers, her voice low enough to avoid the attention of the other witches. You open your mouth to reply, only for Teen's voice to cut you off. Agatha is ready for you all downstairs, he announces, a bright smile upon his lips. Jennifer takes a step back, extending her arm toward the stairs. Witch killers first, she hums, earning a small glare from you. Okay, so we're downstairs. I'm gonna say I'm more of an alto. I'm more of an alto, you admit, remaining close to Agatha's side. That makes two of us, Jennifer states, her gaze landing upon you for a brief moment. Oh no. Rolling her eyes, Agatha nudges you towards Jennifer, causing you to nearly stumble into her. Jennifer steps back, giving you enough space to stand beside her. Then you two can sing together, Agatha hums before brushing a loose curl out of her face. Now, is everyone ready? Lilia? Lilia looks up for a moment before scoffing. Have I never not been ready? I'm a soprano, darling. Whatever you say, Patty the Pone. We're gonna remain silent and watch the chaos, because we knew what happened. You decide to remain silent and watch the chaos, like you had all those years ago. You knew better than to interfere with Agatha's plans, especially since death had a habit of catching up to her. As Lilia and Jennifer remain at each other's throats. Okay. Agatha begins to direct the attention upon herself. Okay, so it's back to this. Alright. End of chapter 1. Okay. Alright. So that's us going to Jennifer. Um, let's go back in this route again. We're heading back upstairs. Let's approach Lilia this time. Let's go. I like Lilia. We love Lilia. You decide to approach the divination witch. I loved her scene so much.
that I started doing safe passage spreads for myself. And I got the same damn message every time, even if it's the different cards, it's the same message every time. And I'm like, okay, really got nothing else for me, huh, universe? The only thing I could read from my own safe passage spreads every time I did those tarot readings for myself. It's trust your intuition and have faith in the universe that things will all work itself out. And I'm like, okay, fine. At this point in my life, I got nothing else to lose, so let go and let God. Whatever it's meant to be is meant to be, right? But I'm like, I love more specified advice if I'm going to do a tarot spread for myself. And yet, it never comes. It's like maybe the questions I'm asking for the tarot readings for myself aren't specified enough, hence why I'm not getting the specified readings. But I'm like, please, I can't make plans for myself. I've never been able to make a plan for myself. I don't make a lot of decisions for myself, man. I need somebody to tell me what to do. And then it gets back into I need therapy things. That's not what you're supposed to be doing, especially as a 23, almost 24-year-old. So, issues. I have issues in life. It's fine. It's fine. We're just sad and depressed. Anyway, let's continue. You approach Lilia. You had always been curious about her. After all, she was the oldest out of the group. Agatha had just brushed her off as an old kook. However, ooh, 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 ooh. However, you couldn't help but grow curious about her. After all, her predictions had never been wrong. You open your mouth to speak, but Lilia quickly asserts herself before you can get a word out. So, you're Agatha's apprentice, huh? Lilia hums, raising a brow as she looks you up and down. You're not exactly what I was expecting. Was her apprentice. You correct, suddenly feeling your cheeks grow warm at the need to justify yourself. I'm not anymore. The corner of Lilia's lips curve into a slight amused grin. Huh, good to know. So what? You decided the succubus life wasn't for you? She asked, reaching for a glass of wine that sat upon the nearby table. Hmm. Not exactly. It's complicated, or kinda. I wanted to give divination a try. Now, if I've decided to approach Lilia in the first place, I'm gonna go with the second option. I wanted to give divination a try. That's it. Because I'm like, I find divination witches so fascinating. Because I'm like, wow, what I know it's like trust your intuition, let the universe, angel guides and whatever, help you figure out what it is you're meant to be reading. But nothing in the future is really certain. So how does this work? You know? So I'm very curious what she says. Kinda, you admit sheepishly. I wanted to give divination a try. Lilia's brow raises at this, leaning back slightly to get a better look at you. Standing awkwardly before her, she takes a sip of her wine. Did you? Hmm. Taking a step forward, she gently brushes past you, her wispy curls threatening to fall from her bun. If you think I'd offer a mentorship right off the bat, you're crazier than I am, she chuckles, before turning to look back at you. You'll need to prove your worth to me, she adds. Your cheeks burn a soft shade of red, a wave of humiliation washing over you as Teen's voice slices through your thoughts. Agatha is ready for you all downstairs, he announces, a bright smile upon his lips. Lilia's head snaps back towards the staircase, your gaze quickly following. After you, dear, she hums, gesturing you for you to go first. Okay, and I assume it's the same. Um, I guess we'll take it. We'll just begin the ballad because it doesn't really matter. Whether if we take soprano, we sing with Lilia. If we take alto, we sing with Jennifer.
So it's fine. It's fine either way. She's not pitchy. I'm still gonna defend her in this route. Okay, and that's it. Okay, so we're gonna keep going the gullible one. Let's approach Alice this time. I want to see what she says. You decide to approach Alice, the protection witch, who seemed to be keeping a close eye upon everyone in the room. She leaned against the wall, one leg propped against it as she spots you. Hey, she greets quietly, seemingly rather anxious to be at the gathering. Hi, you reply back, moving beside her. Not enjoying the decor? Alice lets out a dry laugh at your comment before shaking her head. Hardly. Listen, I'm not here by choice, she insists, her gaze meeting yours. You tilt your head innocently before responding. Everyone has a choice whether you like to admit it. Honestly, join the club. Join the fucking club. Because if we were Agatha's apprentice and then we somehow got back, let's be honest, I don't think. No. Join the club. I feel like this would go better with Alice anyway. You sigh softly, leaning back against the cold wall. Alice. Alice's expression shifts for a second, almost holding a hint of regret within it. You didn't want to be here? She asks, confused. You let out a small, forced chuckle as you push yourself off the wall. I didn't even want to be her apprentice. But fate doesn't always give us what we want, do she? I think that's meant to be saying, does she? You hum. Alice remains silent before responding. I guess not. There's a familiar sadness that clings around the two of you, and for a moment, it feels as if you are the only two in the room that truly understood what it felt like to be trapped. Your thoughts are cut short, however, as Teen's voice fills the air. Okay, so we're gonna go downstairs. Um, nothing happens. To be honest, if you take Alice's vocals, like isolate her vocals, she's also singing the soprano part with Lilia slash Agatha. I think if you isolate Alice's vocals, she is more leaning towards a melody, like Agatha. But still, it is also still like soprano, mezzo soprano ish. I'm gonna say she's not pitchy. And end of chapter one. Um, okay, if we approach her and say everyone has a choice, whether you would like to admit it or not. Um, Pushing yourself off the wall. Alice's gaze follows you, her insecurities growing more present by the minute. You turn to face her, gaining a bit of your own theatrical flair, something you picked up from Agatha over the years. You just didn't want to play the disappointment anymore, you state innocently, earning a glare from Alice. Excuse me? She pushes herself forward with clenched fists but, before she could lunge at you, before she could lunge, you feel hands tug you back. Gazing up, you notice Agatha behind you. Okay, her smirk present. What? What did I tell you about taunting our coven? Agatha sneers before looking around at the other witches. Show's over, girls. Time to hit the road. Alice's fish unclench, but her glare never leaves you as you begin walking with Agatha towards the stairs. Okay, and it's the same thing again. Cool. So, that makes us closer to Agatha. I think with the way I'm going, I'm endearing myself more to Teen, which I don't mind. See, if I do this, right, take a step backwards and apologize. You knew better than anyone that Mrs. Hart's real name was Sherry Davis, but now didn't feel like the time to express that fact to Agatha. You're right, you sigh, fidgeting with a button upon your blouse. Seeming pleased with your apology, Agatha straightens her posture before speaking. Glad all that time away didn't completely ruin your senses. Now, why don't you go be a dear and help Teen keep our desks busy, hmm? I've got work to do. Agatha states, shooing you towards the stairs. Okay, so we go up. Let's go to Mrs. Davis. Let's say hi. Let's go say hi to Sharon Davis. She was funny. She was great. Anyway, you decide to approach Mrs. Davis, the poor woman Agatha had slapped the Green Witch label onto. You knew Sharon fairly well. After all, you had been in Westview when Wanda had forced her fantasies upon it, so we were there the 3 years ago when WandaVision happened. Interesting. So, were we her apprentice during WandaVision then? And then once that was over and she kind of was in that spell, you weren't anymore? You were actually free to do whatever you want? I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. I would love to hear more about that. Okay. Hi, Mrs. Davis, you greet, causing the older woman to turn around and face you. She held a pair of gardening gloves within her hand, dirt still staining them from earlier. You suspected Agatha didn't even give her time to change. Oh, hello, dear. Ah, ah. So sorry. I cannot do Mrs. Davis' voice. I hadn't realized you'd be a part of the festivities as well. Mrs. Davis, it says, extending her arms out for an embrace. You hesitate for a moment before giving in. How's work been going? Sarah told you. Sarah told me you've been off in the big city. Ah, yes, Sarah. The woman Wanda forced to be your wife for a variety of eras. Only she didn't go by Sarah back then. Instead, it was Dottie. While the two of you weren't together anymore, you couldn't deny that it felt odd. Okay, so Sarah talked about me? You asked, a bit of shock laced within your words. Mrs. Davis raises a brow at you for a moment before bringing her hand up to gently pat your arm. Oh dear. She talks about you more often than you think, she states before nudging your side, though it's mainly her complaining about how she misses you being around to help with the house. You remain silent for a moment, thinking back to your time with the blonde. You never threw away your wedding ring, despite the fact that it had been a fake marriage after all. It remained locked in a small trinket box within your room, for only you to see. I guess I'll have to stop by, you reply quietly, earning a knowing grin from Mrs. Davis. I bet she'd love that. Before you could continue the conversation, Steen's voice slices through the air, causing you to mentally curse. Okay, Agatha is ready for you all downstairs, he announces, a bright smile upon his lips. So, Mrs. Davis perks up at his words, gleefully holding on to your arm. Oh, how I love parties! That's how I imagine she say it. She exclaims before heading down the stairs. You sigh before following after her, and then same thing. So if I said, it's been alright, just busy as usual, you lie convincingly. It's been alright, you lie convincingly, putting on a forced smile. Just busy as usual. Mrs. Davis Mrs. Davis nods her head in agreement before reaching her hand to gently pat your arm. Oh, I can imagine. Todd was always so tired after his work trips up there, she rambles, nodding, causing you to nod along to her words. You didn't understand why someone like Mrs. Davis would want to stay in Westview after everything that happened. You weren't even under Wanda's spelling, and you grew desperate to leave. You suppose some people were just too comfortable with it, however. Mm-hmm. You reply, looking off at the staircase where Teen stood. He perks up as the two of you make eye contact. Okay. Agatha is ready for you all downstairs, he announces, a bright smile upon his lips. A sigh of relief leaves your throat as you quickly excuse yourself from Mrs. Davis, heading towards the stairs. Okay, so it's the same thing again.
I'm not gonna lie, I kinda. Yeah. I would love. So, yeah, that's it. Okay. So, we've explored all the options here, so that's fun. That's it. I I feel like I might I think with the choices I did make at the beginning and where I have it saved. And I am going to save that for the next time. You click done. I'm excited to see what else is there to come. I think with where we made our choices, right? I think we're endearing ourselves to teen. And I know that teen is in fact gay and in a very loving relationship. It's very adorable, very cute. Love that for him. Would never want to, break that apart. However, I think interacting with him the most is the most interesting. Like, interacting with him out of all of them, I think he has one of the more interesting paths. I mean, I don't know. So that did not take as long as I thought it would. I honestly thought this was like a complete game. So that's fine. What we are going to try to do. Well, first of all, guys, please go and donate too. Okay, let me. Now, personally speaking, your girl is kind of broke at the moment, right? I'm not quite doing all that well financially, so um, you know, not doing too hot, and like majority of the time when I do get money, it just goes towards student loans, right? What I'd like you all to do, and I did put the link in the description. Please, guys, donate to Thank Miss. I can't believe that out of all the dates for Thank Miss, it's happening on my birthday. And like, I've, I love the fact that this year it's all about mental health. I, hmm, I'd love to interact with y'all. Please, yeah, no, honestly, I would love to fundraise, but I don't think I have enough people to watch and really help out with this. So I'm gonna try to do my best here. Now, wow, this is a lot of people already, and wow, people are insane. Y'all are crazy, but I'm so happy about this. But yeah, as someone who is, struggles a lot with mental health, as well as someone who can't quite afford to be able to do a lot of things that can help out a lot, I really love the fact that Thank Miss this year is really taking that time to like, hey, please go donate, please help out. We're raising mental health awareness. We're raising money to help out these charities that are doing some good in the world. So honestly, birthday gift to me. And as well as you want to just do some good, please go donate to Thank Miss. That's it. That's the one thing I'm going to keep harping for this week. In particularly, next week, I'm going to see what else. So we have the crisis text line. And the UK and Ireland is the Samaritans. And then worldwide is, what does it say? I can't read. Befrienders worldwide, global suicide prevention. I won't even lie. Last year, I'm not like in the how sad can I get here? In the past year or so, it's been rather difficult. Let me just put that up there. Just kind of keeping the motivation and kind of doing well. And it's hard being an American where everything costs money and like majority of money just kind of goes towards student loans because I am almost 24 and I don't even have to like joke about the fact that like I'm sure a lot of people know it is fucking impossible to get a job nowadays. Even if you have the connections, it is just goddamn impossible. And I've been watching a lot of my friends finally get jobs and like be able to take care of themselves, and that I'm over here still a sad being struggling on compare, and guys, not doing great. But we try. We're gonna try. I think the best thing we can do, and I think what Thankmas is really, what I really like about Thankmas in particular, is just the fact that it gives people hope that things can get better, that we as people do care, and especially now that it's like about mental health, it's really nice. So if you can, please consider donating to Thank Miss. I'm pretty sure even after the live streams and whatnot, you can still donate. And if not, I'm sure there's a bunch of other charities out there that are starting to do some charity streams or whatnot. Hell, other creators are probably also doing streams that are trying to do some good in the time. Oh, words. English. I had soda earlier and I'm not doing well. But overall, please consider just going out and do some good. If you can donate, and if you can, volunteer in soup kitchens. Hell, I know that a lot of churches nowadays, they have not really nowadays, but a lot of churches have that sort of thing for like around Christmas called the giving tree. So what the giving tree is that they have these paper ornaments, and on those ornaments they'll tell you what it is that people from nursing homes, homeless shelters, or just people, less fortunate people want to have for Christmas, things that they can't afford. Um, you can grab a you can grab them, go buy it, wrap it up, give it to the church, and the church will distribute it. It's also a nice way of like doing charity, giving back. So I mean, I do it every year with family. We always do the giving tree over our churches. We do multiple gifts for the giving tree, actually. Finally got those done. We just gotta wrap up the gifts. But, it's nice, to get that distributed over to, I keep saying It's mostly just because I can't remember the words I want to say next. But, you know, it's the season of giving, so if you can, please consider doing so. And if you cannot do it through monetary means, giving your time to people, helping out in soup kitchens or just volunteering at nursing homes, just spending times, not even nursing homes, like even hospice too. Like just spending time with people who may not have a lot of family or friends to hang out with. That's also really good charity thing. So please consider doing that. I don't know. I'm feeling weird. It's December. I am reflecting a lot about life right now, kind of thing, just cuz oh dear. My birthday is coming up. I kind of, y'all, if I'm being completely honest, I'm gonna be 24, right? I'll be 24 this December 6th. And I'm not gonna lie, I am terrified of what 2025 is gonna come. I was already terrified of this month in general, because I'm like, oh, hot damn, it's been a year since my last birthday. And to be honest, my situation still hasn't really changed. And as much as I would like to keep trying, my God, it's hard to keep the motivation, hard to keep the faith when a lot of things have just kind of like not been going well for me in particular. But I'm so happy that like my family and friends, they're all well and taken care of, and they're getting the things that they want, and overall, like everybody's doing really well. And a lot of manifestation people are like, it's the birds before land thing, right? Where you had that whole thing of like, you know, you're seeing little things happen, not necessarily to you, but to other people. So it's a sign that your manifestations, whatever it is, it's coming soon. So then I'm like, okay, it's been happening over like the past, not even the past month, like, yeah, no, the past year or so.
like I've been manifesting to try to like find a permanent position somewhere. You know, I've also been trying to manifest like a relationship because your girl can get a little lonely and I don't want to keep relying on fan fiction to kind of keep me company. I don't really get to see my friends anymore cuz we're all busy and I everybody else around me seems to be doing so well and I'm so immensely happy for the people in my life that are doing really well. I just can't also help but want myself to do well. I don't know if that comes off as selfish, but it's like, hmm. Again, birds before land type of thing. If good things are happening to other people, it means that whatever it is I'm asking for, whatever good that's happening for me is probably going to happen soon, right? Where is it? When is it coming? I know the whole point of like manifestations are just kind of, hey, we're trying to do some good and what all that things. And I'm just like, look, happy things are going on for other people, but also why that for myself? And it's a little of I keep waiting,
I mean, it's crazy to think about it, but
putting in.
it used to cost millions to advertise
Okay,
on TV,
okay, this
and
isn't
now
as much. Like I, how do you keep the motivation to like keep going? You know. So, how are you guys doing? How has your December been going? I know that there are some people that kind of like do advent calendars. I've always wanted to do an advent calendar. Never really got to have that as a thing. Also, because of the fact that I am a December birthday, right? I don't really like birthday gifts and Christmas gifts are kind of combined for me. So people are just like, why do I need to get you separate gifts for your birthday and for Christmas? I could just get you one and that's it. That's all you're getting. Sometimes it's nice to feel celebrated. I think there's very few times in my life where I think I've actually had a birthday party. The biggest being obviously my 18th because I'm Filipino. Um, 18th birthdays are like the big ass deal, especially for females. You just gotta have a giant party, and it's the symbolization of you becoming a woman and entering the adult world. I don't want to be an adult anymore, y'all. Being adult sucks. Dude, I think I weirdly feel like I've hit rock bottom. There's nowhere else to go but up, right? But I just feel like I've hit rock bottom. I've got nothing else to give in this world. I've got nothing else going on for me right now. Things have got to get better soon, right? Mm-mm. I know I'm being sad right now, but let me be sad because I'm like, haha. Mental health is not fun, and I don't know. I'm in like that weird place of just, what do I do? I don't know. Man, I really don't know. I'm just trying not to be overly sad. Like I do feel weirdly optimistic for this month. But I feel terrified for what the future holds cuz I just don't know what's going to happen. Um I'm going to still try to do things. I'm going to hopefully feel better soon, but man, I don't do much of anything except stay home and cry and apply to jobs. Who knows? Maybe something will work out eventually. But I've depressed you guys enough. I'm aware of that. So, oh dear, what happened here? Alright. Thank you guys for coming to today's stream. I know this was short, but to be honest, I kind of thought this was like this Maiden Mother Crone AGATHA all along dating sim was more
finished than it actually was. A little surprised by the fact that I was like, oh wow, I found this while it's still being made, and it's actually pretty damn new. And I've explored all of the options within less than an hour. So now I've got what do I do? What do I do? I do have something for us to do tomorrow. It's not really Christmassy theme, but if you're willing to come along with me, we're gonna be playing some Reverse 1999. I got it because it was free and it looked interesting. I am very intrigued by RPGs. Don't know how well that's gonna go out for me. But I hope you guys come tomorrow. I am still going to ask you guys to please donate to Thankmas if you can. While I myself will not be registering to fundraise, I am going to try to send out the word as much as I can. So, thank you guys for coming to today's stream. I know it's about the same amount of time I normally do. It's short, but I kind of got nothing else planned, and I feel like the more I talk to myself, the sadder this is gonna be. And we're not trying to be sad anymore. At least not during December. We'll be sad probably in January like everybody else when we realize, oh, I gotta do New Year's resolutions. So I'm gonna try it for that month, and then afterwards we're gonna be like, oh, see, we're not gonna stick to those resolutions anymore. If you guys have any sort of like manifestation, sort of like, how do you guys do your manifestation things? I'd love to hear about it. Like, do you do vision boards? Do you write down your manifestations? Do you have like a to-do list? Do you do the whole law of affirmation attraction thing where it's like, I already have the thing I want, or I'm already living the life I want in my head, and if I continue to go along in that, it's actually gonna happen IRL. I'd love to hear it. And what are you guys doing? Like, what do you guys celebrate during the month of December? If you are a Christmas person, have you already decorated your house? Send me pictures. I'd love to see. If you don't celebrate Christmas and there's like the other holidays you celebrate, I'd still love to see what you guys do. What decorations? I really want to know what decorations you guys do for Hanukkah besides the candle. I really don't know, but I want to know. But anyway. Okay. Anyway, thank you guys for coming to today's stream. I love and appreciate you all so much. I will see you next time I stream, which hopefully will be tomorrow. Let's see if my motivation actually lets me do the things I'd like to do. That's all we ask. I really hope my mental health is going to be okay enough for me to stream tomorrow. So, thank you guys for coming to today's stream. Y'all are great. If you haven't followed already and you'd like to, please do. I know I put up like a follower goal for us to hit 50. I'm not putting time limits anymore. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. I got really nothing else to go off of, like, other than good vibes and like hope that things work out well. So, thank you. I keep saying thank you because what else am I supposed to say? I hope you guys had a nice Thanksgiving. I cooked my Thanksgiving meal for my house, and that was crazy. Was not expecting it. First time doing it. Actually went pretty okay. So, hope you had a great Thanksgiving. I'll see you next time I stream. I'm definitely gonna try to stream this Friday as a birthday stream. What the fuck I'll be doing then, I don't know, but we'll see. Who knows? I'm thinking about doing a hear me out cake without the actual cake. So just a hear me out thing. If that's something you guys want to see, please tell me. You know, chat, comments, whatever it is you like to do. But yeah, that's it. Yeah, no, that's it. I'm gonna go. Okay. Bye.